and
told you. What was the first conversation like with her after you found out?
Obviously, it was very emotional. You don't really know what to say in that situation. It's tough. It's a very helpless feeling because you want to fix it, you want to take it away, but you can't. So it's just, kind of a lot of crying, a lot of saying, it's going to be all right, we'll get through it. But just very emotional, and it's just a tough situation to know what to say to a person who's going through that, even if it's somebody that you love so much.
And then you had to do this over the phone.
Yeah.
So what's that added dilemma to it?
It's, you just don't have that physical connection, not being able to see the person. I mean, phone's nice, Skype is nice, but being there in person is always better. So I wanted nothing. My parents had to convince me to not get in my car and drive down there right away. They didn't feel it was safe for me driving the condition I was in. So we got on a plane the next morning and took off. But it's just tough not having that physical connection when somebody's going through something that's so tough.
Now you talk about reacting impulsively. Was the decision to not play football anything like that, or was it just so obvious?
When it first happened, I told Coach Campbell that I thought about it and knew that it would be a long road, and I told him during spring that it would be a good chance that this would be my last year. He was very supportive and said, whatever decision you make, we're going to support it 100%. So initially, I can't say it was an impulse because I wasn't thinking about it when it first happened. My only thought was getting her better. After I had time to kind of step away from the situation and think about things, I felt that it was going to be the best thing for the both of us if I were to not play that 5th year.
You've received obviously a lot of attention recently. What's the craziest question or bizarre way that someone's looked at this?
Everybody's just been so supportive. Not really too many questions, just people saying, our thoughts and prayers are with you, have our support, anything you need, just ask. And that's pretty cool to see. You see what, true kindness people have for just somebody that, they barely even know. I've gotten things from people I haven't talked to in years, people I don't even know, writing me on Facebook, just tremendous support. And it's just, an amazing thing to see people, come together for just somebody that's in need.
Now you travel once every weekend, or now maybe bi-weekly. You talk to her all the time on the phone.
Yeah.
What's the emotional ride of Friday? You're so excited to see her. You get down there, you see her, you're with her, and then Sunday you got to leave and come back.
It's tough. Neither one of us ever wants each other to leave. But like I said again before, I'm not going to be much help to her next year if I don't have a college degree and can't get a job. So we know, even though it's tough to be apart, we know in the long run that once I get my degree, it's going to be much more helpful. I'll be able to get a job and support the two of us when I am out there. So we know, this part, being apart is real tough, but it's for the best for right now.
When you are in a long-distance relationship, you always have, it seems like you have like an image ingrained in your mind about the person that you're dating or now your fiance. What image is in your head when you're not with her that makes you think of her?
Oh, I mean, I think, I just think of her walking down that aisle for our wedding and just seeing her in her gown, that white gown coming down, that makes me smile and, gives us something to look forward to. Just kind of represents, a bright future ahead of us because we know it's tough now, but, we know there's nothing but better things to come and, things will get better.
Now, you guys are looking forward versus back.
Right.
How, is that easy?
No, it's not easy, and anybody that tells you it is lying because, you remember the times that you had in your past summers when everybody was healthy and wanting to do things, but, you have to keep focused on the present, or on the future rather, or even on the present, just taking it, day by day or hour by hour. When it gets real tough, you gotta think, all right, we gotta get through this hour and get through the next hour. All right? And it's just taking steps because we know she's gonna get better and we know she's gonna make a full recovery and, be that beautiful bride that, she wants to be.
Now, you say you were almost out of the woods last time, and now you're looking to the future. How much of a fine line is it to looking to the future and then getting ahead of yourself?
it's kind of a fine line, but we like to kind of put, you know, goals out there for ourselves. You know, I think both of us being athletes, you know, we like to, you know, set a standard, you know, set a bar for ourselves that, you know, for us to reach. And, you know, that date of June 15th, that wedding, has been something that we've both kind of looked at and said, all right, let's get to this point, and we'll get to this point, and then after that we'll take it from there. So just something that, just a day that's we're both going to be so happy on, has been really something that we can focus our energy to get to, and just something positive to look forward to.
Trying to keep an even keel is obviously tough. Has there been a roller coaster of emotions, not only happy, sad, but has there ever been like an angry time and like you'll lash out in a negative way?
Initially, when I found out about the relapse, for the second time it came back, initially my first thought was I was mad. Didn't know why this was happening. You know, I couldn't tell you. Still can't tell you. But I was mad. But then you kind of realize, you settle down, it doesn't do any good to be mad. You know, you're just wasting energy. Being mad's not going to take the cancer away. It's not going to make your day any easier. So I try to focus on just being the support and the rock for her, and just being whatever I can for her, because I know that's what she needs. And I've never once, since she's been in the hospital the first time, heard her, you know, ask why me, you know, get angry, nothing. And it's been truly remarkable to see that somebody's basically fighting for their life and they don't ask a question like that. It's unbelievable. But you stay focused on the positives, whatever they may be, however small. Any positive thing helps, and just keeping that in mind is you know, really good.
Do you ever find yourself feeling guilty that you're feeling maybe down and like, I can't feel like this right now?
Yeah, you kind of, when you're having a tough day, you know, I'm student teaching, and if the kids are being, you know, a little bit rotten and getting on your nerves, you know, I can kind of think, you know, I have nothing to complain about. You know, I'm not dealing with, there's a lot of people dealing with things that, you know, a lot worse than I have it, and that are battling every day. So for me to complain is just really not an option. After what I've seen her go through and what other people have gone through, it really puts things in perspective with your life.
Being that both of you guys are athletes,